Hey everybody, welcome back to Idaho Voyager. We are camping in Southern Oregon. We came down to visit Crater Lake National Park, and we are camping next to an amazingly unique vintage trailer. A friend of ours met us here for this camping trip, and we've got a special walkthrough on this amazing trailer. It's a 1950 Westcraft. We'll get into more detail on that. But think Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, long trailer. It's that type of vintage, and it is incredible. And a full walkthrough is coming up next right here on Idaho Voyager.
From the mountains to the valleys, what a sight to see. Idaho Voyager, come and travel with me.
All right, welcome back. We are here with our friend Christian Williams in front of this amazing trailer. So we're gonna do a full walkthrough. Hi, Christian.
Hey.
So before we get into the walkthrough, I think one of the first questions, and before we talk about the trailer itself, what led you to get into vintage trailers and this trailer in particular?
I had a little teardrop trailer, a modern teardrop, for a long time. And then my work situation changed where I was going to be able to work remotely. And so I thought it would be a lot of fun to go out in an RV of some sort. So I looked into all sorts of modern trailers and just wasn't finding anything that like fit right for me. And then I saw a photo of a beautifully restored Westcraft trailer, and I just couldn't believe that anything that cool existed. So I started looking for a Westcraft. I joined the vintage camper trailer group and started learning everything I could about vintage trailers. And then finally, after about a year and a half of searching, I found this one.
Back then in 1950, this was pretty much a luxury liner. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, this was like top of the line kind of trailer that you could buy. They were built in Burbank. They had two different factory locations. They started building these trolley top models in 1947, and they stopped somewhere around 1951 or so. This is in 1950. In 1950, they reconfigured it a little bit to give the back end some more space. So you'll see the bedroom when we get in there. And yeah, the model is called the Shasta. And this one was optioned originally from the factory with the bathroom option in it. So this is the 1950 Westcraft Bath Shasta. I made flyers and I started going to all the vintage camper trailer rallies. And I was giving flyers out to everybody. You know, Westcraft wanted, so everybody in the community knew what I was looking for. I got different leads. I finally found it in South Carolina. Melissa and I flew to South Carolina, saw the trailer, loved it, bought it. I bought a truck out there and then drove it 10 states back to California. Well, I guess we'll start with the pocket door, screen door.
Wow.
These are some floor mats that I had made, some welcome mats for the Westcraft brand. And then these are step boxes from a 1950s train platform. So I had them color match the trailer. So yeah, come on in.
Wow, that looks great. Okay, so let's do the inside and then we'll kind of check out the outside. Wow. So I'm gonna switch this to wide angle just so we get a better view, not to distort anything or show it bigger than it is, but I think it's just gonna help us see a little bit more of this trailer. Okay, so we are now in wide mode. We've come in and we're gonna let Christian tell us a little bit more. So I think for me personally, Christian, just the feel of it right away is incredible. It's very residential. It's warm. It's cozy. It's spacious. Wow. Yeah. Tell us more.
Yeah, well, this is basically what the trailer would have looked like in 1950 if you had bought it from a Westcraft dealer. This trailer was restored 10 years ago by the family that I bought it from. They are Bob and Pam Ambule. Bob and Pam, I love you. You did a great job. I'm still taking great care of it. So Bob took every piece of wood out, made a template, put in all brand new flame birch. And so every cabinet is the correct size. This is exactly what it would have looked like in 1950. Notice the height. I'm 6'2". This is what's called a trolley top model. So the center portion is extended in height and it has all of these little trolley windows, and all of them are functional. You can open and close each trolley window. And so you can close, you know, in the evening, it's really great. You can close all the shades of the windows that are down low, and you can just have a breeze going through the trolley windows. It's really, really nice. It gives you a lot of privacy, but then also a lot of airflow.
And just from the out, in addition to how nice that is for airflow and practicality, it looks cool on the outside too.
It looks super cool. It looks just like a train car, you know, it's sort of low and long and has the trolley top. And I've had people stop me at a gas station and say, what is that thing? It's not even clear to them that it's a camper trailer.
Wow. So the kitchen is amazing. You've got this really nice big countertop, and then the vintage stove and fridge.
Yeah, the fridge is original to the trailer. There was no stove in it when Bob and Pam found the trailer, but they sourced a Dixie stove. So this is the correct era. This is what would have been in it. But everything's been re-enameled, so everything is nice and bright white. I redid the compressor and evaporator inside the refrigerator. Take a look. So yeah, it runs super cold, and we can run it. I added an inverter system and some lithium batteries, so we run it off grid, and yeah, everything stays nice and cool.
Let's look at the TV here. So one thing, when I came in, I asked Christian, what's that? Was that original? What does that look like? And it's kind of a surprise. Wow. So I'm going to sit down here on the couch, and that's the campground. Over here, you've got great campsite window coverage, and then you've got the TV. It's pretty nice, Christian.
Yeah, it's a 32-inch 4K television. Of course, this box is the only kind of piece of furniture that isn't original to the trailer, but this is Bob put it in specifically for a TV, and it's great. This is, you know, when I'm traveling, this is where I catch up on Idaho Voyager.
Well, thank you very much, Christian.
There you are. Yeah.
Wow, this is great. So, Christian, real quick, on this front part of the trailer, as I turn back around here, was the couch always kind of the focal point of this part of the trailer? Was a couch there from the beginning?
Yeah, exactly. They didn't really do built-in dinettes. There was always a couch. In the 1940s and 1950s, they hadn't quite figured out the design the way that they have today. And it was sort of thought to be, you know, think it's like the era of cocktail parties and things. So if you're going to have a trailer, you're going to want a large entertaining space, you know, where everyone's going to have hors d'oeuvres and martinis, or at least that's how I like to imagine it. It's probably the romanticized version of it. But yeah, they just kind of had these large open spaces. Often there was a table, usually like a drop leaf table that could store next to the window that would come out. I have a slightly different table. This isn't original, but it's a transformer table, so right now it's in the coffee table mode, but the legs can swivel out and turns into a dining table. And then we have a couple chairs that we can pull out, so you can easily do dinner for 4 here, or you can drop the table back down, throw a bowl of popcorn, watch some TV.
Really nice. Very
functional. You can also
functional.
get the table out of the way, and then this is a modern sofa, and it becomes a double bed.
Oh, wow. So it is a sofa sleeper?
Yeah.
That's nice. Wow. And as I back through here, it shows the space here with the kitchen, which is pretty awesome. This mid galley here opens up the front of the trailer. What's the total length on this?
The body is 26 feet. So with the tongue, you know, sometimes they measure it by the tongue to the tail. It's probably 28 and a half.
Very nice. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of the trailer.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we really didn't go over this, but this is tons of storage here. We've got all kinds of storage, pantry space, which is awesome, and the cabinets above, lots of storage.
Yeah, this whole wall, there's no windows on this side, so everything is all sorts of different storage. Some drawers, a little half cupboard, some tall closets.
Nice little cubby here, which is nice.
There's a pocket door to give me a little privacy in the bedroom.
Very nice. Pocket doors are small space friendly for sure.
Yeah, come on through and check out the bedroom.
Oh, and you've got 2 entry doors.
That's right. This is the back door to the Westcraft.
Okay, so I'm gonna step out and then we'll step back in. So you can see it's got 2 doors. We went in the front there, and you've got the swinging screen on this one.
Yeah, they probably would have wanted to do a sliding pocket door, but the wheel well is right here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
do it.
Okay, so let's go check out the bedroom. Rear entry, and right out of the gate, wow. So Christian, we looked at this yesterday, and one thing that struck me about this as a wet bath, this is actually pretty darn spacious. And you were telling me a little bit about this model, how they maximized the bathroom space compared to some other variations of this trailer.
Yeah, exactly. This could have been ordered with a like what's called a north-south bed, where the bed comes lengthwise in the trailer. But if you were to turn the bed and make it lengthwise, the problem is that the bottom of the mattress would have to extend all the way here to this wheel well. The problem with that is if you push the bed all the way to the wheel well, the toilet has to go somewhere else. So the toilet would come inboard of the wheel well, which just puts it closer up against this wall, and you just end up with a really tight area. And for your boy that's 6'2", that doesn't really work out. So this was the only configuration, and luckily I was able to find one. This is the Bath Shasta that has the queen bed that's in sideways, and then it gives you enough space for the toilet to fit behind the wheel well. It's a wet bath, so when you take a shower, everything gets wet. But you know, there's like a little shower curtain here.
Very nice.
Head. You just have to pull the toilet paper roll, you know, out of the bathroom to take a shower, and then you know we have the towels hanging on the door. So,
But it's actually
works out
quite
really well.
spacious, and I like how it's finished in this stainless steel.
Yeah.
It looks really sharp.
Originally, it was all clad with this green enamel material, which probably looked really cool and stylish in the year 1950, but not so much anymore. So when Bob and Pam redid the trailer, they did it all in stainless steel and then put in the teak floor that's above the drain.
Love it.
Yeah.
Very
No
nice.
complaints.
So I will say, Christian, and you can give me your personal experience, for an east-west bed, this one's actually pretty nice. You've got tons of windows, which is great for viewing and crosshair. But even though it's an east-west, you've got some nice storage here, and you've got this little space here, which helps your partner exit in and out. So looks pretty functional.
Yeah.
Are you guys enjoying it in terms of that aspect?
Yeah, absolutely. I was like insistent that everything work well. I hate it when trailers have a bathroom and they have, you know, a kitchen, but really it's just like a little hot plate where you can warm up some soup, and like a toilet that nobody could possibly sit on. So it was really important for me that there was a queen size bed that was comfortable, that there was a bathroom that I could stand up in and sit down in.
Yep.
And then it was important that there was a kitchen that was fully equipped, that I could make any sort of meal, and then a really nice living room area. And like I said, I work on the road, so I need a work surface. I pop the table up. So absolutely nothing in this trailer, even though it's 76 years old, nothing is compromised. Everything works great.
So let's do a quick walkthrough around the outside. So one question for you.
Yeah.
Is this the original color, or did you pick it? Because let the record reflect, I love this color with the white top. It looks amazing.
It's probably not the original color. It was repainted when the restoration was done by Bob and Pam 10 years ago.
Very nice. So you've got your propane bottles. I notice you don't have a power jack. Any issues with that, lifting it off the ball?
Not with these arms, no.
Question asked and answered.
Yeah, I thought about it. That would be a nice upgrade, but no, I haven't gotten to it yet. It's not that bad.
And again, keeping with the vintage, and I notice you have an Anderson weight distribution hitch. I approve.
Yeah, that's a tip I got from Idaho Voyager.
Very nice. Wow, I love how the windows open up like that. That looks amazing.
Yeah, do you see the windows in the back that hinge at the top and swing out that way?
Mm-hmm.
They're the exact same windows that were used here. Westcraft just decided that they wanted some tall windows, so they just took the standard swing up windows and just put them in sideways. So this one, you know, this would have been where it hinged at the top, but now it hinges at the side. And then they put a static piece of glass and then had the other one reverse hinged.
Beautiful. I love it. And 30 or 50 amp?
It's 30 amp.
Okay.
There's no AC, there's no heater either. So we have a couple little electric heaters that we use when we're on 110. And then also there's actually a hidden quick connect propane fitting on the interior. So I can use like a little Camco wave heater if I'm ever off grid and really need some heat.
Tell me a little bit about the storage.
Yeah, so there's one little trunk area in the back, and it's pretty tight, but we have all of our, you know, water hoses and electrical cables and stuff. There's also, I did some electrical work on it, so I have Victron inverter, solar controller, battery kill switch. So all of that operates from back here.
You got the nice Westcraft logo.
Yep. All of
that looks great.
All the Westcraft trailers had this this plate on the back.
Looks amazing. And tell me about tank sizes on this thing. And again, 1950, a little bit different than today. So where are we at with the tank sizes?
So it has 3 tanks. I don't know if it originally had any tanks at all. Sometimes they would only be configured to work statically, you know, in a park. But this wasn't really a park model. It's only 26 feet long, so it was meant to be on the road. Anyway, I don't know the history on the tanks, what was original or not, but when I bought it 2 years ago, it has a 30-gallon freshwater tank. The gray tank is 15 gallons. No, the black tank is 15 gallons, and the gray tank is like a hilarious 8 gallons. So it's not that great. It's on the short list of things that could be improved.
Boy, I'll tell you, there's a lot here to love. And so those are just minor little things. But I think overall, this has got to be a complete crowd-pleasing showstopper as you're going down the road. As we wrap this up, just your experience, Christian, taking this out. I think for us, the first night we were here, people were asking you about it. So I'm sure you're getting a lot of that.
Yeah, it's always happening. We were featured in the Vintage Camper Trailer magazine, and the day after it was published, somebody pulled us over in Bakersfield and was telling us that they saw us in the magazine, and I couldn't believe it because it had just come out. We've met other people who've told us about their experiences when they were kids growing up and traveling with their families in trailers like this. We get a lot of honks and a lot of waves. You know, at first we started worrying, you know, like, is something going wrong with the trailer? You know, is stuff falling out of the trunk? But it's just people wanting to say hi and just tell us that they really like it.
Well, it's really beautiful, Christian. We appreciate you sharing it with us here on Idaho Voyager, and happy trails onward and upward.
Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it. A vintage trailer from 1950, and what a pleasure to be able to share this with you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on Idaho Voyager.